Uh, but I think that $100,000 level is going to be a pivotal point. It's where all the majority of the liquidity is. It's where all the liquidations are. It's where we would say it would be the bouncing point of whether we go up or we retrace back down. It's also a really key point of where there is a super important support band at that period, that area. And in fact, if you guys go to the screen at the top between here or here, you'll see that that support band is really, really important. Right. Let's get everything moving forward. So I want to have a bit of a discussion with all of you guys, because it is Thanksgiving and there's not going to be too much that's going to be playing forward at this present moment. Do we think that we're going to be getting what would be described as a weekend pump at this present moment? The reason why I'm saying that is that today, technically, the markets are somewhat closed, right? And tomorrow they're going to be somewhat closed as well. And then we're going to be going into the weekend. So this type of, I'm going to call it weekend price action. It's going to be weekend price action, no matter which way you look at it, because of the understanding of where we are in this time period. Especially today is Thanksgiving and all this kind of stuff. We're going to be looking at some peak manipulation that's going to be happening in the market. I want everyone to really understand and gather where we are, right? It's important to know that. But I want to know, do you think we will get manipulated into getting trapped going up or trapped going down? What is your thoughts? I am curious what you think is the way forward in this market. Hopefully you can get a 20% run on alts and can do the risk a little bit more. Let's see. I mean, look, I'll say this, right? And this is what I'm expecting, and having a bit of a, I genuinely think this could be what will happen, is that we might get to a point where we will start rallying into, we might rally into the rate cuts. And as the rate cuts happen, we will probably get a pullback. I think something on that level. But I am still on the notion that December will be somewhat of a interesting period where you will be able to potentially ask yourself the question whether we are going up and continuing to going up, and continuing to going up. That makes sense. Or we will go in a completely different direction. These are really key things to really make sure that you understand what is happening, right? I agree, sir. You're very kind. Are you talking to me or to anyone else? Right. Now, anyone on either of the 1 second. I just want to make sure that the X is actually working. Is it working? Can someone explain to me, is it working or not? I want to explain to you something also really interesting that happened today, all right? And it is East looking good for a push. It's definitely looking good for a push. So you're saying maybe we get out in December. I would say in that period, you are going to be making a choice. There will be a choice that you're going to have to make. And the thing is, right, I would not be surprised if we don't get into a point where a lot of people will be questioning whether we're going to be going up or down, like really up, as in like it's over, we're definitely going to be going to all-time highs. The problem is right now, and this is where things really settle in, and it has to be very important to understand, is that the market is gonna try and gain liquidity and most probably trap liquidity, right? And what you're seeing right now in a lot of bears chats, right? And this is the thing that you guys have to be very careful. I'm warning you guys about this so you guys can be clear in your mind when you get to there, because it's going to be a hard choice to make. I've been going through some of the streams, because I'm kind of like I'm kind of recruiting for certain projects, right? And they want streamers, and I've come across a lot of bearish streamers that are out there, and the narrative that's going on at the moment is like, yeah, but you said that we're going to be going down, why are we going up? And that mentality there that you see is the mentality of someone that will most likely get trapped, right? Because what will happen, and I'll explain this to everyone that we can go from here, right? What will happen is that if we start getting this move up, right, start to get this more aggressive move up towards this $100,000 level. If, by the way, if you guys want to see what's going on, make sure you go and join here or here, because I'm showing what I'm talking about, so you guys can see, right? If we get this rally up towards this $98,000 to $100,000 level, right? What you will see is that when it gets up to, say, around the 95 to 97 to 98 area, people will start to believe, oh no, we were wrong. This ain't a bear market. This is going to go all the way up to the top, which it still can. I'm not saying it can't. A lot of far crazier things have developed in this time to push it to that next level. We could see a new all-time high and then nuke from there. It's still very, very possible, right? But I'm still leaning on towards the side of probably a retest and a testing of these lower 200-day EMA. But when it gets towards the sort of like 96 to 97, 98 area, you will see a lot of late leverage longs happen. And that there will be the question mark bears buying in. That's what will happen, right? And that's why when I was here, I marked out this level. I marked out what was going on. I gave you understandings that we're going to get to a point where there is going to be a counter rally. In fact, it was to such a point, I even put it into, they're all recorded. You can go and watch it. You can definitely check it here and here. You'll see all my old recordings. You'll see that I've said all this kind of stuff. In fact, it's called Counter Rally, the video. By the way, can we get some likes and shares in here, please? I know it's Thanksgiving and there's not going to be a lot of people here, but I'm just saying. What was I saying? And also on the X, can we get some retweets? That would be amazing if we could definitely do that. That would be wild if we can do that. But again, it's up to you. You guys don't need to do that. It's all up to your good selves, as they say in no industry. All right. But yeah, that's that situation. Now, thank you so much for, wow, shares on here. It's very appreciated as well. You guys are awesome. Now, what I will say is this, right? What I will say is this. There are some interesting things being developing at the moment. And one thing I would like to talk about, which is a really interesting aspect that's come across, and I've been looking at it recently, is that, one second, is this, look, and it's going to be mainly factored around this, right, around the S&P 500. It's had a little bit of a rejection off that trend line, so we need that to be break. But this here is a very interesting graph, right? And the reason why I say it's really, really interesting is because Alvarez, I closed my soul position and we went and hit 120 and lost. Alvarez, I closed my soul position and we never hit 120 and lost. What? What? I don't understand what you mean by that. Peachy, a guy in X, he's the most bearish person. You're talking about, what was his name? You're talking about what was the guy's name? What's that guy's name? The one that's lost like millions of dollars. Hey, I just landed in Heathrow from Kenya, with you now all the way to Leeds. I appreciate it. What was the guy's name? Oh yeah, Win. Yeah. Yeah. The guy is a constant troll. But anyway, look at this. If you look at this graph, and it's kind of an interesting thing, right? Could Bitcoin recently decline be connected to JP Morgan short and MicroStrategy as some believe? No, I think it's no, because it's the markets are well, I think it's closed and semi-closed tomorrow, so I don't think that's the case. I think this is just what you will see over these next 4 days will be manipulation at its best, right? Because one large player can completely play with this market, especially with the sheer amount of and the lack of interest that's in this market at this present moment. It's perfect time to be honest. But anyway, where we are right now is this, right? Is that what we see here, and this is a really interesting. This is a graph all the way back from 1938, right? And you see that if the S&P 500 has seen 11 months of positive growth and had a negative November, it is, and I'm trying to be careful how I say this because people don't, there is a 99%, let's just say 99% chance that we will see a positive December. And the way that these things work, and this is the thing that makes a lot of interesting scenario, is that everything is based around this S&P 500. And if we're looking at something here, what's developing and what's technically happened, right? And if we get rid of this little line here, and we do it in something like this, right? We see that technically we've broken out of what could be described as a bull flag, technically. And usually the movement is a measured movement of what we have here, right? So we get this measured movement. So we're looking for, I mean, I said the 7099. So there is a definite possibility here, right? And this is the thing that I want to explain at this present moment. So it's looking like the S&P 500 has a real scope to grow more. In fact, that's a bit lazy. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be, let's just be clean. It's the measured move to here. There we go. So we would move to exactly 709. Can you ask the banks for a new number, bruv? What are you talking about? What's happening? Ares, you're looking rough today. You're doing good. I'm looking rough today? Do I look rough today? I mean, I've been working a lot, but that made me. Do I look rough? You can't see the grass you're talking about. All right, Kavak. Now, tired. Yeah, probably I am. Why I'm tired. Kavak, I'll give you a bit of a there's a bit of a Sherlock Holmes thing that I do, right? And this is what's really important, and this is what's key to understand. There is a clue in there's a clue on the stream. It's sometimes hard to see, and there is this breadcrumb that I leave that could give you an indication of where you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Most fail. They do. Most really do fail to see where that is. But if you look really, really carefully, actually really scan and find the little clue, it's not easy sometimes to see it. But when you do see it, it makes this sort of this epiphany moment where, when the light just shines out your brain going, aha, I've made it. And if you do find it, it will be something that is really beneficial for you, because then you'll be able to see what I am showing. Anyway, this November has worn us all out. Yeah, I mean, it's crypto. Crypto wears you out no matter what you do. You know what I mean? So it's not something that you can really help on that side. Now, look. So this is looking like there's going to be somewhat of I reckon this banner should be the size of the screen. I think so. I really do think that it should just cover my face. If it covers my face, then we have a high chance of people understanding where you could see my screen. God, do I look tired? You've made me self-conscious now. Oh, well, anyway. That's where we are, right? So it looks like there's going to be a bit more of a moment on that. I didn't notice in the first time analogy. God. It should have flashing lights. No flashing lights. So there's that situation. Also, did you guys hear about... It's crazy, like the way that rumors spread on X is like something I've never seen before in my life, right? And this is the thing that I'll explain to you. Do you guys hear that rumor about Coinbase selling Bitcoin? Do you hear about this thing where everyone was showing these graphs and charts and a whole bunch of things saying that in fact even Coinbase is selling Bitcoin? Check this out. This is how sometimes this shows how unbelievably dumb some people are, and how these people that have the largest amount of followings pump out some of the most idiotic crap I've ever seen in this world. Just print it on a cap. I will. I think I might do that. I think people still won't understand. They'll think it's some sort of designer. You'd be surprised. I just have to say all the time. Now we see this thing here, right? And this is a chart of outflows of Bitcoin, right? And this massive move up was an on-chain transfer of Bitcoin on Coinbase, right? And it's from Coinbase's main account, from their main wallets. And everyone said that Coinbase is putting Bitcoin onto the exchange to sell. It went wild. It was everywhere, right? But what they were actually doing is moving the Bitcoin. Add it to the front of my screen. Yeah, they were just moving it, and people went absolutely crazy. And it shows the sheer level. It shows the sheer level of fear that's in the market right now. There's full blown fear that at any second something can happen, right? So it's kind of an interesting situation, and I'm just worried that if there's any type of negative knock to the market, people are gonna get shaken out hard. So, and it gives me this feeling that if there is something that will be played out this long weekend, let's say, we could potentially see some form of a manipulation that could come out. Most definitely is something that could happen, especially if we start looking at exchange volume as well, because that is going to see my screen. The word to see, no, but if I wrote to see my screen, I would have to also add something at the end. It's much easier to understand to say see my screen. I mean, if I need to do that, it's almost like they shouldn't go and see my screen. You know what I mean? If I have to really point it out to that level, I feel like I need to not do that. But the problem is that the exchange volume is coming down, right? And that, I mean, that's not a good sign. We want this to be on an upward trend rather than a downward trend. And what is good is that we are somewhat getting into less volatile movements, and it's becoming this type of exchange volume, especially if it can hold the bottom here and is more of a sideways movement, is a good thing, because it means spot buyers are going in, especially on the side of various other things. Now, the one thing I will also say, which I don't particularly like, is that we're seeing something on Bitcoin. Where is it? Where's Bitcoin here? That's on the weekly. 1 second. I'll show you something here. We're seeing somewhat decreased volume again, right? Which I don't like. We need to see that held up. But the way the price action is looking, especially when we start looking on the smaller levels, right, is that it's looking relatively good still. And I'll say this: the reason why I'm saying that is because, look, I look at the small levels to see the early stages of a breakout, right? And if we look at this level here, let's make this a bit bigger. In fact, let's make this into a box, because on a lot of time scales, it's more volatile, right? If we look at this stage here, we see that, and I've seen this many times. I see the screen now. Thank you, appreciate it. That was a really good way to. I mean, it's not. Sometimes I think I need to make it bigger or something, or right on my forehead or something like that. I have a strong feeling we're going to drop bad tomorrow. We'll see. It is in this exchange moves tokens so they can deal with demand groundbreaking. Yeah, it is groundbreaking, but people went absolutely crazy. Now, if we look at the smaller time frame on Bitcoin, we see this structure developing, and I would not be I would not be surprised if we do not. One second, God, 1 second. I'm just seeing drama happening in the back. 1 second, I need to write something here. You know when you have work going on and there's like a group and just like you're hearing drama happening in the background, like, give me 1 second. All right, cool. Right, and what we usually see, and this is the thing that I've explained to you guys many times before as well, is that the fourth attempt is usually breakthrough, right? And on these smaller time frames, the reason why you would look at smaller time frames is to see that small break of structure, that small break of structure to the upside. And this is where you can really play it. We're currently sitting right on the 21-day EMA. So we should start seeing a bit of a movement up and most probably a test of this zone here, right? If Bitcoin comes and tests this, I would say with a higher level of probability that it will break through, right? And the breakthrough of these type of break of structures, the low level MSS, as they say it, right, is that when it breaks through this way, you'll get an algorithmic buy order, which will start moving Bitcoin up quite quickly, like really quickly. But the fact that we're on what we would describe as a weekend price action, right, is we'll see. We'll see if it's set at that level, but I think I would not be surprised if we don't break through if it's tested again over these next few days, right? So keep that in mind. Watch this. Keep it on the 15 minute. If you start seeing Bitcoin start to break above this key level of resistance, then you should just stupid. Let me draw that again. If Bitcoin starts to break through this key level of resistance, right? Say above the 91.971, you'll know that there will be a real breakthrough, and you should start looking at Bitcoin pairs, right? You should start looking at pairs of Bitcoin that are showing relative strength towards it, because a move in this will show a greater relative strength move in that coin as we go forward, right? Now, if you look at some other key interesting things here, we're seeing what could be described as a breakdown in USDT dominance, which is a great thing. And I'm still expecting wholeheartedly that this thing will most probably come down towards the 5.65, which will mean, what do you mean by Bitcoin pairs? Bitcoin pairs is this, right? When you, in essence, do this, I'll show it to you on ETH, for example. Let me show it to you on ETH. Well, that's XRP then. Yep, exactly, XRP. Bitcoin pairs is this, right? What you will see is that there is a ETH Bitcoin movement, right? And that will be that when you see the way you do it is you go ETH / and Bitcoin, right? And that's the way it works. So you will arrange your token that you're looking for, whatever it is, either Sol, XRP, whatever it is. I'm going to start building a page of Bitcoin pairs that I am thinking are somewhat bullish. And I'll say this. What will happen is that you will put ETH, whatever it is, USDT, US dollar, whatever, right? Euro, whatever you work in, and then you do / and you put Bitcoin in the same level, so the same money pair, either USDT or US dollar, and you will see that if that is going up, it means that coin is relatively has relative strength, so it's strong against Bitcoin moves. So when it dips, it'll be resilient, and when it is moving up or actually starting to rally, it will rally as a larger and more aggressive pace than that. That's the thing that I will say in that manner. That movement that you will see will be that, right? And that's what I would say to do with all your favorite coins. And then we can do it together after a bit of a conversation here. We can go through various factors. Now, what we see in USDT dominance is that we will most probably see this thing start to break down towards the 5.66, what I said before, and that break, and especially the lower time frame break of structure here around the 5.973, that break of that level, you'll start to see rallying in both Bitcoin and most probably alts. If we look at, why did I just do replay? I don't want replay. There we go. Right. Most probably in Bitcoin dominance as well, right? So you need to understand the correlation between USDT dominance and Bitcoin dominance, because to be honest, we need Bitcoin dominance to really start rallying, but it's not going to be good for your altcoins. This is the weird juxtaposition that you have to sit in right now, because it's this, right? For your alts to really rally, we need USDT dominance to really having a bit of a breakout, right? To really start going, to gain that liquidity so it can get to those higher levels. And we will see relative growth at the same time in alts as well. But if we can get Bitcoin dominance to go up, and we see Bitcoin start to break above this $100,000 level and actually gain acceptance there and see a potential push towards all-time high, it's not going to be easy to do that. I just want everyone to understand. It's not an easy thing to achieve. If we get that, then we will see what we would be described as a form of an alt move. A lot to happen before that can happen. I just want everyone to understand that. A lot to happen before that happens, right? There's a lot to get there. So don't get your hopes up too easily. Now, but at this present moment, we're getting this, and it's most probably going to test and reject off this key level that I've drawn here, and that's at the 59.17. Let's see what happens and see if that's going to be the case. Sorry, my cat is destroying the bed frame. Anyway, we're further seeing a breakdown of the dollar. We had basically exactly as I said would happen, right? We're having that bounce off that key zone there, but that rejection of the underside of that trend line means that we're going to be seeing most probably a breakdown of this of the dollar. If we can see that, and I will probably be around the 99.72 dollar range. If we can see that breakdown happen, that rejection of that point, and break through this 200-day moving average, and on top of that, break through what would be the strongest and actual change of trend around the 98.991, that there will be everything. That there will start pumping. That means that there's going to be a full-on risk-on environment. They will be looking for assets to protect the value of their currency, and you will start seeing Bitcoin rallying at that point, right? But for that to also happen, and I say that there's 4 factors that you need to balance and keep looking, and I'm just looking for your sake because I hope you guys are looking as well, is that we will need to see gold to also produce a lower high. We would need it to reject, and it's looking like there's a bit of a trend developing here, right? Let's just do it that way. It's not. Let's do that. It's not. It's a bit messy, but it looks like we're developing a bit of a trend, and it's also looking like it's rolling over, right? That rolling over effect, if it rejects and nukes down from here, then that's going to be very, very good as well. We need key factors to go down, and I'll go through it again and again and again. We look at the VIX, and the VIX is doing some beautiful things right now. I need it between the $16 and the $15 mark. If it can hit around the 15 and settle around there, that is a great movement to happen in that space, right? That's a great way to move forward that way. Furthermore, we look at the 10-year treasury, right? We're seeing this thing breaking down. There, it means that there is confidence in the economy. It means that inflation is not an issue anymore, and even the factor of a rate cut is not affecting what investors in the 10-year treasuries is happening, and this worry is slowly going away. I'll tell you, if it breaks the 3.86%, you will start seeing it in the news. You'll start seeing this in the news, and you'll see that the market is looking good. This fear of the what's it called? This fear of the debt is not going to be that much of a problem. The repayment rates are not that much of a problem. All that kind of stuff is going to start going out. 1 second, let me put my glass on. There you go. Right, all that stuff is going to be going away, which is a good sign. And I'll say this, right? Again, I say again and again and again and again. You need to see these four things going in very particular ways, right? You're going to need to see the dollar go down. You're going to need to see gold go down. You have to see VIX go down, and you have to see the 10-year treasury go down. When all these things are going down, it means Bitcoin will go up. It means risk on assets will go up. Those are the things that I want to say. How's Japan looking? Actually, let's look. Let's look. I haven't looked in a while. Let me see. Let's look for together. Let's look. All right. Where is Japan's? Right. Not interest rate, yield rate. There we go. Where are we at this present moment? Come on. Okay, it's 11. The 10-year is leveling off, which is great, right? That's a good sign. But let's look at the 30-year. 30-year is more important. Let's look at the 30-year. Please don't be rising. Look, it's I'm gonna say it's stable, but it's stable at a very high price. It's a very that jump that you see is terrible. Watch this. If this starts to fall back down, we are going to see a monster rally in the markets because people are dumb. They're stupid and they'll start borrowing more. Watch this. It's very, very important that you watch this very super duper carefully. We are seeing a slight bump, but that doesn't really mean anything, right? That's in the margin of error of things that are moving. But man, yeah, watch that carefully. It's super duper important to watch it carefully. Now, we look at total 3 as well. The 3.1, it's tapped 1, 2, and if we have it try again to break through that, I think we will break through that. And what I will say as well, and this is really, really interesting to know, and pay attention to this, is that when you see the EMA start crossing up like that, you could potentially see this thing pull down a little bit and then break through, right? This 3.1 is a really strong level to break on total market cap. It's super important. Once it breaks through that, then we're in a very strong movement up. Total 3 still is on a downtrend. It's still not 100% because it needs to break this trend. This trend is, the trend is your friend until the very end, as they say, and there are various different variations of how people say that, right? We're still in a downtrend. For this to happen, to be honest, to get to a stage where you would say, okay, I think we're in a good place, honestly, is 985 billion, 985.39 billion. That there is the number that you need to gain, right? That there is a super duper important pivot point in total 3. This area here, that That area there is what needs to be gained, right? Once we gain that, and then we start breaking through some of these key moving averages, then we're in a good place. But at this present moment, it's still on a downtrend. We could reject and come back and retest this 829 at any moment. Be very careful. Be very vigilant on what's going on. It's super important to understand that, right? Now, one area I think we could be seeing a moment, right? And why this could potentially affect alts short term. And I want everyone to understand this. The way I'm speaking is all very short term movements, right? All very short term applications and all very short term TA. All of this is very, very short-term stuff. So you guys can understand that this very, very clearly. Make sure you know that I'm not saying this is a long-term trend. I keep saying, keep in the back of your mind always that I believe that we're going to be doing a retest. At that point of that retest is where we will know where we are in this market. But at this current moment, we're moving up in a good potential way, right? Now, what I will say is this. ETH is looking relatively strong against Bitcoin. And ETH is having a very interesting move at this present moment, right? Because, and if ETH starts to really, really gain strength, right? If it really starts to get above key levels, we're going to see alts move quite aggressively at the same time. And the reason why I say that, is that if we look at ETH Bitcoin, if we look at what is actually happening right now and what's going on, isn't ETH a birthday today? I didn't know that. Interesting. If we look at what's happening in its relation to Bitcoin, ETH's relation to Bitcoin, it is on the verge of a breakout. Bruv, how do I distinguish between sustainable yield and delusion-based emissions? I don't know, man. That's beyond my knowledge. Delusion-based emission. I have no idea, man. ChatGPT that crap. I don't know. I'm not the fountain of all knowledge, right? I just know what bits of my investment and what I do very well. That's the part I know. Now, where we are right now, as I said, with ETH against Bitcoin is we're at a pivot point, and it looks like, especially with the price action, with this bull flag, shout out to what's it called? My brain is not working there. I'm so tired, honestly. I can see why people think that I look tired. Anyway, whatever. With this bull flag that's happening right now, is that we're at a stage where I would most probably say that we're going to have a breakout, which will mean a very positive reaction to the altcoin market. That Crypto King, that's the one, bull market Crypto King, right? Is at that point where it looks like it's going to have a breakout, and I would position yourself very carefully on certain tokens and coins, and be prepared for this breakout, because when it breaks out, it's going to really break out, right? It's going to go hard. So be careful, right? Because there's no guarantee it is. It's just looking like it is, because this thing could reject. I mean, but we're on the fourth test again. 1, 2, 3, fourth test. So, and it's sitting above the 200-day moving average, and the 21-day is curving up. We are looking like we might be. I had to check its ETH white paper anniversary. Is it white paper anniversary? Interesting. We might be at a point where this move could happen. And the thing is, the move that could potentially happen could be massive. Okay. I just take this with a pinch of salt. I'm not saying this is going to happen, so people don't go, oh, but Alvarez, you said this, and now it's like only 10% of that. Why I put I mortgaged my house, and now it's your fault. Don't do that. I want everyone to understand that. Don't do that. Please, I beg you, right? But we could be looking at what could be described as a measured move of about 33%. That's big, right? Against Bitcoin, that's huge. and that could potentially bring ETH back to the 427, this level here, to produce what could be a lower high, right? That's the areas of where we're talking about. As I said, Fat Cat is in a stage right now where the market is not conducive for long-term pushes. When it does, I'm going to be putting a lot of liquidity and a lot of push behind it. Understand this fact right now, nothing is a long-term play. Everything is a short-term play. And if we push a Fat Cat right now, people will eat it out like nothing else. There's no point. And to be able to push a token all the way up, it needs money, and I'm the only one putting the money in. If you guys want to help me put the money in, or by all means. Yeah? Nothing's going on, nothing's moved, nothing's been taken. It's there. Every token is around that situation. So anyone asking that situation, and also it needs to be a team push, right? The whole team needs to push forward. Nothing is really sustaining that growth. That's the problem. Anyway, so we could see this push up all the way to this level here, right? Around the 427 level there, which could be, again, this is the retest point for Ethereum. That move from there to there is going to be an absolute massive move, right? And that move there will push the alts into a very interesting positions. William Watson, Alvarez, I wrote a fan fiction. I know. Can you guys, what is it? Why am I? You know, when I go to other people's lives, right? This is the weirdest thing. When I go to other people's lives, no one talks about me there, or no one talks about, oh, you and this other person. Why? I just have constant fanfare from other people's lives. First, it was Crypto King, where I had a beef with him and I didn't understand what was going on. I shouldn't have told him that it wasn't a bull flag. I'm sorry, right? And then I had it with William Watson and his lot that absolutely hate me for some reason, like full on hate. Like I've never seen anything like it before. Hate, right? And I'm just constantly getting it from everywhere. Then there was Jam situation. I don't get Jam. Great guy. He's fantastic. He's unbelievable. One of the best people I've ever met in my life. He can, be godfather to my children. I'm not the best man, right? I just want to say this, right? I'm not the best. Look, I can get things wrong as well. Everyone can get things wrong in this market, right? And this is the thing that I want everyone to build, that resilience. It's super important. There is no such thing as 100% in this industry. Please, I want everyone to understand that. Everyone can get something wrong. Everyone can get something good. Everyone has a way to work in that way, right? Jam appears to be the only one right so far. Really? Is Jam the only one right so far? He's never been wrong. Jam has never been wrong. That guy is Nosferatu. In fact, the what's it called? Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, or whatever his name is, the guy who could see the future, right? It was first came Watson, second came Jam. No one else can ever get it wrong. He is, right? He is a truth sayer, complete truth sayer. Look, here's a saying that traders will say, right? Here's a Nosferatu, not vampire, Nosferatu. I don't know. Nostradamus. There we go. Sorry. This is what traders will say, right? Bears will get it right sometimes. They can look genius, but bulls make the money, right? Because he's still a bear and he's missed all of these moves. He's a long-term trader. I think it's gonna go up in the next 10 years. All right, and when I'm right, you'll say I'm right. In the next 10 years, I'm predicting. Wait, let me just get the forces. I'm building the forces right now. It's growing. I can feel it. The truth is coming in. In the next 10 years, there will be a moment Bitcoin will go up. And you have that in the recording now, right? Yeah, you have that You have that in the recording, and when I'm right, when I, when I'm right, then everyone be like, "See, he said 4 years ago that 10 years in the future it will go up." Genius. Oh my god! Here's here's the strong force. Everyone has moments in this and the other, right? That's the key thing. So everyone have to understand that and be sure that you take and you build your own understanding, you build your own skill, you build what you're good at in everyone. Look, I'll say this, right? My father used to say to me, because when I was younger, I can't remember, I don't know what the situation was, but I think he used to have a worker, and I didn't like, I can't remember, some sort of thing, and I talked to him in a disrespectful way, when you do that when you're young and dumb and stupid, right? And my dad put me to the side, and he was like, you need to understand this. Everyone is an expert in something, so you can always learn something from them, right? So learn what you can from everyone. Learn what you think and understand, and build your own strength and work to your own strength, and focus and harness that, and that will bode you well. There's a reason why there isn't one way of trading. There is a reason why there isn't one way of analysis, because out of the 99 times you get it right, that one time where you everything looks perfect, it can go the opposite way. It doesn't mean that your analysis was wrong. It just means the market did something, or you missed something, and you learn from it. That's it, man. So everyone has their strengths. Jam has their strengths. Devon has its strengths. Crypto King has his strengths. They all have their strengths, and all learn from all of them, right? There shouldn't be one that just because he's got one thing wrong or one thing right, that's the only person that you should follow, because that's not the way you should be doing it. That's it. That's my little piece of information I can give everyone right now. Now, one more thing that I want to show you guys, and this is a really cool thing, right? And people read this wrong. Have you been to Bali? Many times. I used to have a house in Bali. I'm not joking. I used to have a house in Bali. I sold that. That was when I was younger. That house is tainted. I can't go back there. It was that moment where I was like, yeah, okay, I need to sell this place. God, long story. Anyway, so what's really interesting about ETF inflows, right? People read it wrong. And I want to understand this, right? Learn is a key word. Doesn't mean let KOLs to make decisions for you. Yeah. I completely agree with that. Everyone should be there to make their own decisions and understand, not follow blindly, and learn from some of the aspects that we go through, right? You have to learn always. Hence, my group's called Learn by Alvarez, because I'm trying to teach as much as I know to everyone else, and they can grow above more than what I can do. You know what I mean? Now, look, everyone reads ETF inflows the wrong way, funny enough, right? Unfortunately, ETF inflows, the way you read them, you have to read them in a negative way, which is very strange. When you have some say institutions are here and some say they will come, I think, look, I want to say something to you about institutions, right? They are both amazing and terrible at the same time. I want everyone to really understand this. You think Bitcoin is manipulated now. I need you to understand the sheer power that institutions can have over Bitcoin at this present moment. And we are lucky that they're not here yet. We will see growth, but we will see maximum manipulation. We will see maximum profit taking. It will not be like, oh, people buy and hold and things go up. They will take profits. They will move markets the way that they wanted to. They will manipulate everything, because one company has the ability to completely move this market. You see what's happening with JP Morgan and MicroStrategy. You see the power of one company can do. And this is the thing, people relate, the cryptocurrency market to the S&P 500 and things like that, right? I just want to say the difference in size between the two is unfathomable to understand. One company is more valuable than the entire market cap of cryptocurrency. So you can understand what's happening right now. Uh, will they a 5-year plan? I don't understand what you mean by that. Thoughts on XRP, brother? I think XRP is minimum $500. At extra minimum $1,000, and I think $10,000 is the point that I will once see in my life. The only thing I will say about that is that if we go to XRP, right, and what did I just do? I think I did something wrong there. Oh, that was Ethereum. Okay, good. What I will say is that if we look at XRP right now, we're seeing a nice little move up, which is good. We've come to the key point, which is that resistance point where it's rejecting. But if we could pass all-time high and then possibly wait 45 years and then it can get to the $10,000 level, you sound brilliant, and then you say something like that about XRP. Come on, man. No, wait. I'm gonna get to it. J-Man, understand. So it's gonna get to the $10,000 mark, right? It's gonna get to the $10,000 mark, and when it does get to the $10,000 mark, right, it will be worth more than every single stock market and company combined in the world. So that market cap makes sense. I think it's possible. I'm hoping. I put $1 in there, and I'll be a part of the most it will be truly amazing. 45 years. Are you taking the hand? Are you taking the? I am I am all in on XRP. You have no idea. You have no idea. XRP is going to let's just say it this way, right? I think if you think about it clearly, XRP could technically, if it gets to $10,000 per share, it would mean that it would be the only currency in the world. In fact, I think it would be the only currency in the world that it could ever be for it to get to that level. It would need more money than there is in the world at this present moment to go into XRP to get to that level. I think so. It's possible. It's definitely possible. So, okay, I think you're kidding now, man. Yeah, really, J-Man. What gave it away? But I still have hope. I'm laughing, but through pain. That's that thing. Now, look, let me show you this graph before I forget about it. I want to explain to you where people go wrong with ETF inflows, right? I just want to show something like this, right? And this is really, really important. Could have just said no, 10,000 or nothing. Even if this gets to $500, 10,000, mate. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna be the king of the world. I'm gonna own the heart. Yeah, whatever. So good. Where we are right now, right? The way that people look at ETFs, and they look at it in the wrong way. They think that ETFs going up is a positive thing for the market. It means that things are in a good place. So, there's liquidity coming in and all this kind of stuff. But it's the actual opposite way. You will see, funny enough, when ETFs go negative, will be right before the point before everything runs hard. That's what you will see. You will see that there is this level where one second. Let me just make sure what's going on here. One second. One second. Okay, good. Things are going well. When you anyway, sorry. There's a really interesting project that's going on at this present moment, which was funny enough. I gave it into the whale group, really early, and then no one listened. But it's going well. Do you guys want to know what it is? What's happening? Oh no, it's just a business thing there. Okay, there's two big projects, one massive project that might be launching. That might be launch, and yeah, that might be launching. And the pro group and the well group are gonna get it first. That one is gonna be. One second. Messi's team is gonna be involved, just so you understand. It's gonna be uh just say in the pro group. Thanks, I will do. Yeah, or pro group is going to be getting it always, and then the whale group is going to be getting it in front of everyone else. It's just the way it is, man. You guys need to understand. Yeah, so the way it is, so usually what you'll see is then when ETF flows go down, that's usually the time where you just before the big move that happens, right? Which is a great thing, which is interesting, and we're at net net positive at this present moment. Right now, we're right at zero. There's no new entry. There's no where's the pro group? Or if you want to see the pro group, by the way, everyone, actually, how's the pro group trade going? Is that going well or no? It's a bit down, but okay, whatever. The way that you look at the pro group, and I'll show it on screen if you guys want to see how to get there. I'll show it to you here. Okay, I'm waking up. Bruv, any tips on how to scale my business? Which business you looking at, man? What is it that you're looking? What's your business? Right. So when you're watching the stream, I'll put it on screen here. Just go here, click on that. You go to the to this to the the links, and just press on here and ask you want to join, and then that's how it'll go from there. That's it. It's easy as that, really, to be honest. What was I gonna say? My store in it. Look, Lamar, what are you selling? I'm always here to help, right? What is it? Your TikTok store? Send me your TikTok store afterwards, even though you're not in the Learn My Iris. Just send it to me, right? I'll put it into the group, and I'll show it on here as well, and then we can go from there. That's it, right? I'm always here to support my community. If anyone needs, okay, let's look it up here. All right, let's look it up on stream for Lamar's sake. What is it? What is it? 1 second. What is it that you're selling? Clary. What is that? What are you selling? Store. Ah, glasses, my man. All right, okay, cool. Is this it? Is this your store, guys? Everyone here, by the way, they're just supporting someone in the community. Is this your store? What, blue light glasses? Is that what you're selling? Lamar. Lamar, I'm here trying to help you. I'm gonna move. Literally, I'm gonna. So you're selling? Is it one item? Is it one item you're selling? And the website is a bit. Is it only one item you're selling? Lamar, if you're not gonna answer, I'm not. I'm gonna put the. You know what? Fine, Lamar. I'm trying to give you. All right, fine, whatever. All right, all right. There you go, Lamar. Just go to Clarivio for blue light glasses. Support the guys in our community, and we can go from there. All right, fantastic, all good. Yes, bro. All right, cool, fantastic. Good luck with all this, man. Send me one, and I'll wear it on stream. How about that? But then I have to tell you where I live. So, how do I do this? Is there Okay, Lamar, I'm sure you have like a drop off type of system that you've developed. Like a there's like a drop point where when people order stuff, you then drop it, and then they. I'm assuming you have that, right? No, no, not PO box. Look at Dalton PO box. Dalton is high class. He works with high class distributors. Lamar, do you have a PO box that I can collect my? Get him to make a TikTok wearing your specs. Yeah, of course, all day long. I'll support anyone that's trying to develop their business and grow their business all day. I have blue light on my glasses as well. Um, didn't say they were sold out. Didn't say they were sold out. Are they sold out? What color? What do you mean? What color I want? I don't know, like gold or something. Just send it to me and I'll wear it on stream and I'll say, look, you know, these amazing specs in it, brev, are from Lamar. If you want to get it, it's on the. Just send me whatever you want, man. But it doesn't show that there's different colors. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. This is a weird live that we're doing right now. That's why the viewership has gone down. It's like, what is this idiot? I'm doing feet on OnlyFans. You could be a special guest. Crypto King saying we're in a bull market. Oh no, why would he say that? That doesn't make me happy. That means tomorrow we're gonna tank. Oh no. When did he say that? Pick up point, Croyd. Free pair with every is sub to pro group. Yeah, why not? Yeah, let Lamar. How much? Lamar, we got it here. All right, okay, that's the deal we've done. Anyone that subs to the pro group will get one free glasses from Lamar. He doesn't make money. He just he's just constantly spending it. Or I'll do this. How about this? How about this? How about this? Anyone that okay, Lamar, this is how much I love you, brother, right? Anyone that subscribes to the pro group, right? I will buy and send them a pair of Lamar's glasses. How about that? Is that good, Lamar? Are you happy? There you go. I'll buy and send him one. But it has to go through Lamar. Lamar is the point of call. Everyone message Lamar. Everyone message Lamar. Lamar is my point of call. Drop your drop your TG, bro. Watch how many Alvarez message Lamar now. Let's see how many message him. 300,000. I'm waiting on my Lamar glasses. Hey, you're already in the group. Only on your renewal I'll buy it. I'm gonna make Lamar rich one glasses at a time. What color is your Bugatti? If you know, you know. Of course I know. What are you talking about? Andrew Tate. Did you like the color of Bugatti? No. Well, what color is your Bugatti? Right. Anyway, okay. What questions do we have? Anything you guys want to look at? It's been a Thanksgiving. I mean, everyone's eating with family in the Sanyada. It means a lot that you guys are actually all here watching what's going on. Oh, one more thing I want to show you guys. Did you guys have a look at? One second. Did you guys have a look at Doma? Out of curiosity. Did you guys have a look at Doma.xyz on the 1st of December? They're launching the most valuable a domain that you can actually. There's only limited spots on how many people can buy the fractionalized ownership of it. It's gonna be worth like $500,000 or some crazy thing, that domain. So check it out. Download the app. Check out what it is. It's all specifically on the app if you guys want to check it out, right? And it's on the first. It's not a token. It's not that. This is an actual real utility. They want you to have a look at the utility rather than anything else. And I've put some bids into some domains as well. It's an interesting thing. It's a really interesting understanding of what they're doing, because what they're doing is fractionalizing and fractionalized ownership of domains, because domains actually have real value. like really strong values you can understand. Even when you're sitting there and you're you go to GoDaddy.com and you're trying to find those websites and you see some of them are like 50,000, 300,000, 400,000. What this allows you to do is that to earn a fractionalized part of that and actually earn a return from that, and you can stake it and all this kind of stuff. It's really cool. You can actually purchase domains and put it onto here for other people to buy fractionalized ownerships of it. It's a really cool thing. Like, it's a genius idea. Like, it's a genius idea, and they're the only ones doing it. They're the first of doing this, and I like companies that are the first. You know what I mean? Benny, it's something called DOMA, DOMA.xyz, and it's you can trade and fractionalize ownership of domain names. It's a really cool thing. Want to learn about fib bands, please? Yeah, we can do that. Look, what I will be doing soon, I just don't have the time. I'm so, what happens is, because anyone who wants to know anything about me who's new here, who doesn't know, right, is that I have a marketing agency, right? So when things start going a bit, when market starts pumping up, you see, and I try and work with really good quality projects, and there's one really, really good quality project that's moving around at this present moment, right? Really, really good one. So, and there's going to be 3-4 that's going to be launching, and the one with Messi is going to be a really interesting one. That's going to be a monster one that's going to be launching, and it looks like we're going to be using my marketing agency to do that. So stay tuned, right? You guys need to stay tuned. Make sure you follow the X. Make sure you follow the YouTube, and make sure you go into the Learn My Alvarez group. Anyway, just know that part of it is no cost to it. That's all. All right. Any other questions? Anything else? Anything else you guys want to know about? Or I'm gonna go and apparently rest because I look tired. Appreciate it though that you think I look tired, but it's very kind. Getting old, man. Anyway, whatever. Tell me, any questions? Avalanche. Yes, let's have a look at Avalanche. Let's look at Avalanche. I haven't looked at Aave in a minute, man. My God. Let's look at Aave. Where's the US? Where's Avalanche? There we go. For a second, that looked amazing. For a second, I was about to go, what? And then I realized it was just fake. All right, let's have a look at Avalanche. Let's see what Avalanche is doing. I mean, look. Let's just call a spade, right? It doesn't look amazing. Let's just say that. Like, for Avalanche to really, it needs to recover the $16.07, $16 mark. Send me an address and I'll send a pair. I mean, look, Lamar, I as much as I want to help you, in fact, don't send me, I mean, who could you send it to that I could pick it up and I can help you out on that stuff? I'm not the big, as much as I love it, I don't like to give out my address to people. I might start a PO box so people can send some things there. Just do it to a different location. I mean, like, yeah, I'll sort that out. Just message me afterwards, and then we'll sort it out one way or another. Yeah, I always like to support people, so it's fine. So yeah, 16.07, around that area, $16, around the $16 mark. It needs to reclaim. Right now, it's just full downtrend, greater downtrend, lower time frame downtrend. Like, if we see a breakout, the problem with Avalanche right now is that where it's sitting, let's put that down a little bit, make it a bit cleaner. Where it's sitting is that there is massive resistance. Not only is it a downtrend, at the same time, it's sitting right below the 21-day EMA. If it breaks through that, we could see a rally, but there's a lot to go with Aave. So much stuff to do with Aave, and it's just going to take forever to get there. You can play it short term if you want to. Since those posts on X, it's what, bruv, just do a different location. I will do. Don't worry, might message me afterwards. Okay, cool, guys. Any other questions? One more question on it. Could you also say a word about a Polygon Matic? I'm actually talking to the Matic team, funny enough. Matic's cool. I like Matic, but they're doing a lot of anyway. Let's look at. Send your heavies to Lamar's house to pick up the glasses. I don't have heavies. Lamar has heavies, man. Oh, you mean Aave? Oh, sorry. These are the AVAX. Sorry. Apologize. There we go. I don't have heavies. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, you kind of have to call a spade a spade. There's a bit of an Adam and Eve vibe going. Adam and Eve chart pattern. Let me show you what an Adam and Eve is. Yeah, check this out. All right, let me show you something. This is what. Oh God, why are you pictures like? The English went out. My disappeared for a second. Why are you English like this? English disappeared, right? All right, okay, here we go. just why you hate me? Anyway, look. So we have this issue here. We have this issue. We have a bit of an Adam and Eve chart that's developing right now, and it's usually a bearish sign, right? We could technically see a somewhat of a rally to maybe the 55-day or the 200-day, but at this present moment, this is looking full-blown Adam and Eve chart pattern, and it looks like there could be further downside to this. Is there anything that isn't on the downtrend at the moment? No, nothing's on the downtrend at the moment. Nothing. The only things that are on an uptrend are new launches, and those new launches are that, or if you're trading short term, that's it. And even then, you can be wrong. It's a you know, you play with the ups and the downs. That's it. All right. Okay, guys. Look, I appreciate everyone that's here on a holiday. It means a lot that you guys are here, and it means a lot that you guys are joining me, even though there's a lot less people. And I think there's a lot less people in the crypto industry in general, right? Which is a good thing in the short term. I will say that. But I will say happy Thanksgiving to everyone else. Enjoy your family. Engorge yourself in food, and have all the best times. Touch grass. Don't look at your graphs, and then and play what you need to do. All right. You guys are awesome, incredible. I'll catch you guys later. Peace, affection, all that kind of stuff. Take care. All right. And I will say to those on the X and the Tube, you guys are incredible, and I'll catch you guys later as well. You guys are incredible, honestly.